You're listening to The Bird Bath. This episode of The Bird Bath is brought to you by Pearl AI. Pearl AI is an affordable, always-on AI veterinary solution that combines AI with a team of real, licensed U.S. veterinarians. Get the best of both worlds, the speed of AI and the accuracy of human professionals. With Pearl AI, your clinic can offer real-time 24/7 coverage without hiring extra staff. It also automates screening and triage, lowers your operating costs, and turns more of your site visitors into paying clients. Integrate Pearl through a simple web snippet or API and start growing your practice while you sleep. Learn more at pearl.com/thebirdbath. That's pearl.com/thebirdbath. Welcome back to The Bird Bath. Each week we scrape the surface of the news you need to know, so let's get into it. We have got a story that came and went and continued on all in the matter of a week. And so instead of just giving you piecemeal, we get to give you the whole kit and caboodle here. I am talking about Tuskegee's lawsuit and dismissal of that lawsuit against the AVMA and the Council on Education. So this story, it's a big one. It's that a lot of you have probably read about, but Tuskegee University's College of Veterinary Medicine, which is the only HBCU vet school in the country, took a very big step of suing the AVMA and the Council on Education. Here's kind of a timeline for you of everything that happened before and then also in the last week. So starting way back in March of 2022, the AVMA's Council on Education placed Tuskegee on probationary accreditation, citing major deficiencies in their financing, clinical resources, and outcomes assessment. Tuskegee responded with investing big time into their staff, facilities, compliance, and a lot of other things. And we even talked about this just the other day, that they made another really large investment in the facilities on campus there. At the time, Tuskegee said, "We are fully committed to meeting and exceeding every accreditation standard." So moving forward, we go all the way up to September and October of this year. So throughout the fall, the AVMA continued to outline remaining deficiencies and plan for a December 2025 hearing. September 15th, 2025, the AVMA said the college has not sufficiently demonstrated that identified deficiencies have been addressed. Tuskegee sort of came back to them and said, "Hey, we're doing our best. We're putting a lot of things in place." I know I'm not saying this exactly how they did, but we've seen efforts that they're doing to move this forward. Well, a lot of this came to a head just last week. November 10th last week, Tuskegee filed a federal lawsuit and an emergency preliminary injunction in the U.S. District Court for the Middle District of Alabama. They asked the court to halt the December 5th hearing, citing due process violations and unequal treatment compared with other vet schools. I'm going to do a little aside here, but that's something that we've heard from other lawsuits, like the Lincoln Memorial lawsuit, and some of the things that are going on with the COE. A lot of people think that it's too close to the AVMA, and it causes some discrepancies and difficulties with the way that they're applying the issues there, or the accreditation standards. So the complaint that they filed said the AVMA's actions threaten the future of our students, our institution, and our historic mission. So in their emergency filing, Tuskegee outlined 4 primary violations of procedural fairness in the AVMA's handling of their appeal. 1, they said that they blocked testimony from expert witnesses, including Dr. Willie Reed, who is the dean of Purdue's Veterinary College, and Dr. James Lloyd, former dean at the University of Florida and Michigan State University. Number 2, they said that they were refusing to release internal AVMA records related to the accreditation decision, barring Tuskegee from introducing evidence about unequal treatment compared with other institutions. They also said that they were restricting the hearing to 2.5 hours, covering all witness testimonies, exhibits, and rebuttals. Tuskegee contended that these restrictions violated the AVMA's own policy, which guarantees institutions the right to present witnesses and documents pertinent to the case. So things got pretty hot after that, as we've seen anytime Didn't think this would be something we would see anytime or often, but both times now that we've seen universities file lawsuits against the AVMA and the COE. But just 4 days after filing, Tuskegee announced that it had dropped the lawsuit after reaching an agreement with AVMA leadership. The AVMA reportedly agreed to reconsider certain evaluation procedures for Tuskegee's upcoming review. And this news story just hit and sort of put a little bit of a bow on it, but it's not completely done here, right? Tuskegee's not fully accredited. They still are on a probationary accreditation. There's still things that need to be resolved in the university, but the question comes back to what are the things that are being done to understand better about what goes into the accreditation process. I've spoken to people that have written accreditation policies for universities who say that the training of the COE is insufficient. The AVMA says that it's completely fair and it's up to par. So a lot of big things here. There's a lot of schools that are new and schools that are on probationary accreditation. So is this the new thing that we're going to see where the AVMA is being forced to the table through lawsuits? It's not something I think we want to see as a profession. It doesn't send the best light of cooperation, but it's something that we continue to see being a bit of a hammer that people are willing to swing in order to try and get things done. Now, in good news, meanwhile, during all of this, Tuskegee University's veterinary teaching hospital received their accreditation from the American Animal Hospital Association, which many of you know as AHA. That recognition puts the veterinary teaching hospital among an elite group of approximately 15% of veterinary hospitals nationwide. In that, they had to meet rigorous standards of excellence established by AHA for quality care, patient safety, and hospital management. So a bit of a roller coaster of accreditation there, but a lot of big things happening. Now, another big thing that's happening for people that are thinking about universities is who's leading these universities. Well, if you're a dean or you want to be a dean, now is your time. Oklahoma State University and Cornell are both on the hunt for new deans for their veterinary college. OSU has been under interim deanship, which I'm not sure if that's a word, but it's a fun one to say, right? Deanship, since Dr. Carlos Risco stepped down in his role as dean in October of last year, again, around accreditation issues. So the University of Oklahoma State University was cited for failing and having issues with their accreditation on October 30th, 2024. And the next day, they had Dean Risco step down, and Dr. Jerry Ritchie was appointed interim dean. So the leadership transition from OSU system, at the time, OSU said it's a direct effort to ensure swift action is taken to address deficiencies identified by the AVMA. And so they've been working on that for the last year. They've raised over $330 million to build out a new teaching hospital, and they've really been beefing up the program. So now Oklahoma State University President Dr. Jim Hess has announced that they will begin the national search for the new dean of its College of Veterinary Medicine. So if you're going to be looking for a deanship, now is your time. I read the application process. I don't qualify, so maybe one of you do. But the university said the new dean will have the important role of helping the college transition through a period of growth with the completion of OSU's $330 million veterinary teaching hospital planned for 2027. Now, the other deanship, we're going from Oklahoma all the way up to New York. I don't think we could pick more varied places unless San Diego or maybe Rhodes College was looking for another new dean here. But Dr. Lauren Warnick of Cornell University, who's the Austin O'Hooney Dean of Veterinary Medicine, has announced that he will step down following the completion of his second term on June 30th, 2026. So it's a bit getting a head start on this one, but now we know, right? So it did, if you saw, right, OSU put in an interim dean in October of last year, and now they're announcing that they're formally looking for one. Well, Dr. Warnick is jumping ahead and making sure that people know this is time. June 30th of 2026, he'll be stepping down and there'll be a new dean coming in. Dr. Warnick served 2 terms as dean, and during his time at Cornell, he tackled some really incredible things. He brought down the student loan debt. He increased the education around business for the students in the college, as well as he expanded the overall reach of the college. He expanded the quality of medicine. He did a ton of incredible things over the past few years. So congratulations to Dr. Warnick. I hope you get to relax a bit and enjoy yourself after all of the hard work you put in at the university there. So if you are looking for the opportunity to run a veterinary medical college, now is your time. Go and check them out. I don't know if they're paying a bird bath finder's fee, but if any of you do hear about it here, let them know you heard about it on the bird bath. People that are looking for an opportunity to grow some new business, not just new jobs, might be really interested to hear that Alloy Partners has launched the OneHealth Studio to create startups at the convergence of animal, plant, and human health, which a lot of you know is OneHealth. The venture studio is designed specifically to create and scale new companies at the spot where animal, plant, and human health all come together. And they're doing it in partnership with Elanco Animal Health. It's going to be located in the OneHealth Innovation District at Elanco's new global headquarters in Indianapolis. And the studio will unite research institutions, investors, corporate partners, and entrepreneurs to accelerate the next generation of innovation and launch new startups based in Indiana. It's a really cool thing. We've talked about some of these venture studios and innovation studios before. We talked about the accelerator program that SCU is running. We've talked about the awesome things that Plug and Play does in Silicon Valley, as well as their animal health centered cohort and facility in the Kansas area. And the goal here is that over the next few years, the OneHealth Studio is planning to launch and fund startups targeting shared challenges across human wellness, animal health, and food systems. Alloy Partners will operate the venture studios using their model and experience of over 30 ventures in partnerships with Fortune 500 companies and research institutions. So if you are wanting to tackle something from that OneHealth angle, now is the time. You get to watch some racing because I know they got it in Indiana. That's the basketball. I'm sorry if I'm shortchanging you guys on other things, but they also have Elanco and they also have a lot of really cool OneHealth innovations. So check out the OneHealth Studio from Alloy Partners and along with Elanco Animal Health. Finally, Zoetis has announced the acquisition of Veterinary Pathology Group. It's a leading veterinary diagnostic lab with multiple locations across the UK and Ireland. The acquisition is set to expand Zoetis' comprehensive diagnostic footprint and reinforce their commitment advancing animal health in the European market. Abhay Nayak, who's the president of Global Diagnostics at Zoetis, said expanding our veterinary diagnostic footprint in the UK and Ireland through this acquisition is a key milestone in our strategy to improve innovative, best-in-class solutions to veterinary professionals. VPG's expertise in advanced laboratories support our vision to empower veterinarians and improve animal health and well-being. We're excited to welcome the VPG team to Zoetis and look forward to delivering long-term value together. So, really cool to see this. Zoetis also had another big announcement. They also are going to be building a $590 million facility outside of Atlanta. So their goal is to have this up and running by 2029. The new facility will focus on producing monoclonal antibody and vaccine products for the companion animals and create approximately 100 new jobs. When they were announcing it, the company said the expansion is part of their broader commitment to US-based innovation and manufacturing, following a $1.7 billion investment in its US site since 2017, with the plan to invest an additional $1.3 billion by 2021. So great things here. It's going to be really cool to see both the expansion in the European market as well as a homegrown solution outside of Atlanta. This episode of The Bird Bath is brought to you by Pearl AI. Pearl AI is an affordable, always-on AI veterinary solution that combines AI with a team of real, licensed U.S. veterinarians. Get the best of both worlds, the speed of AI and the accuracy of human professionals. With Pearl AI, your clinic can offer real-time 24/7 coverage without hiring extra staff. It also automates screening and triage, lowers your operating costs, and turns more of your site visitors into paying clients. Integrate Pearl through a simple web snippet or API and start growing your practice while you sleep. Learn more at pearl.com/thebirdbath. That's pearl.com/thebirdbath. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. I know next week we've got everyone's favorite holiday, if you like your family, Thanksgiving, or Black Friday if you just like shopping. And then the week after that, there's some really cool events going on. I am going to be attending Pet Connect USA out in LA. It's an incredible event. I've been really excited to be able to come back and participate in the event. I missed it the last year or so, and it was extremely eye-opening for me to be able to see the difference in the convergence of where pet care and vet care kind of spread and differ, but also the places in which they really come together and make some incredible things happening. So if you're looking for an incredible event to be able to attend, be sure to check out Pet Connect USA. It's in LA the first week of December, and you can use the code BIRDBATH10 to get that special 10% discount. They've still got space and they've still got great hotel rooms available. So be sure to check that out. And if you want to learn more on these and other stories, join us by subscribing to our Substack. There's a link in the bio, and don't miss out on any episodes by subscribing and rating the show. For the Bird Bath, I'm Ryan Leach. See you next week.